Welcome to the first video in my series documenting my senior project. My name is Michael. I'm an engineering technology major at the University of Memphis, and I'm studying within my major microprocessors and system network administration. So for my senior project, I have elected to do an Internet of Things project surrounding one of my passions, one of my hobbies, which is weather. I intend to do a lightning tracker system, which is going to allow me to get the exact GPS location of lightning strikes and also allow me to gather data as far as like how many lightning strikes occur within a certain amount of time and all that kind of stuff. The way it's going to work is I have 3 individual devices that are going to be placed in 3 different areas in the Memphis area, Memphis region. One on U of M campus, one in Quarryville, Tennessee, and one in Millington, Tennessee. And the way it's going to work is whenever a storm rolls through the area, and lightning strikes are going to pick up this strike, run a calculation to triangulate the exact GPS location of that lightning strike, like you would triangulate a phone call, and then send that data to a central server, which I'll have access to, and I can actually process the data. The reasoning behind this is 1, so I can see exactly which areas are being affected by a storm at any given time, and then 2, they're also going to tell me how many lightning strikes are occurring within a certain amount of time. The reason I want to know this is because an increase in lightning within the storm also correlates with an increase in the strength of the storm. Vice versa, a decrease in lightning activity often means a storm that is decreasing in strength. So those are the basics. I'll get into some of my hardware now and kind of introduce my plan, the whole kind of setup for everything, and get into what I eventually like to do for this project related to my senior project, and then even after I graduate if I want to make any improvements or refine anything. So getting started off with the hardware is really, I guess, kind of the star of the show besides the actual lightning detector, and that's these Arduino Atmega 2560s. These are a great board. They have 70 digital inputs, 16 analog ones. They do PWM. They have multiple power options and grounds, obviously, as you hook up devices to them. And they are USB, SPI, I2C, and UART compatible. So yeah, listed all back here. Here's the kind of the specs on it if you want to pause and read that. Yeah, that's it. They come in this tiny little box. It's actually a really small package overall for the amount of processing that these things can do, so very impressive. So those are Arduinos, and I'll get into some of my modules too. So for the connectivity, if I could say connectivity aspect of these, I'm using these little Wi-Fi modules that attach to the Arduino and will simply allow it to connect to the internet. Okay, good. So that little gold band that you see running through like a snake is the Wi-Fi antenna. If I can get this to focus, there we go. As you can see, the pins for it come pre-soldered, which is fantastic. And these, ironically enough, actually come in packs of 3. So I have 3 devices, came in a pack of 3, worked out perfectly. The part that didn't work out as perfect is the GPS module for this. So this is the Neo6m Gps Module. There's a few different companies that make them, but they all serve the same purpose. So this is what it looks like. And this is actually the antenna for the module. So for these, actually, for the pins for this, I had to solder these on myself, which was the very first time I've ever soldered anything. It's actually way easier than I thought it was, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. So that actually worked out really, really well. They're not the prettiest solders in the world, but I don't know if it'll focus, but you can see there, they do their job. So works out. And then 3 of these as well. I had to order these individually. Unfortunately, they didn't come in packs of 3 like the Wi-Fi modules did, but so be it, that's life. And really, for now, as far as the physical aspect, that's all I have. The actual lightning detectors haven't come in yet. They're from a different supplier, so they might take a little bit longer. And then I also got the jumper wires in today. And what's great about these, they actually come in a pack of male, female, and female wires. So I'll have no shortage of connectivity options with these. really lastly, beyond the lightning detector itself, I'm just going to need a breadboard for each of these, so 3 breadboards total, to mount them all on. And I can just use the little small ones as well, just because these can kind of just be freestanding. I just need the actual, breadboard to mount these on and do the jumper wires and everything. So ultimately, what I'd like to do with this project for the semester and for the grade is obviously have these all built and programmed to do their individual jobs, be able to communicate with me, and then be able to be placed outside. So that's gonna be the hard part, right? I'm gonna have to figure out a way to power them outside and keep them weatherproofed outside. They'll work inside, but obviously if you get inside a building, especially if it's like a concrete building or something you find on a university campus, the GPS and stuff's gonna be a little bit wacky. The lightning detection system might pick up electromagnetic radiation from, say, a light bulb or something, or like a fluorescent light bulb or something. So a couple different factors to consider there. And as far as beyond the semester, after I'm actually done with the graded part of the project, what I really like to do is be able to get it all in like a little Pelican case, just something to keep it dry, keep it out in the weather, keep it insulated. And then for a power option, I'd really like to do solar whenever finances allow. I think it'd be super cool to have a solar panel that charges the battery and being able to run this only whenever it actually starts detecting lightning and not just running all the time, draining battery. But again, that'll probably be beyond the semester. I didn't include that as one of my deliverables for the actual graded portion, so I'm not holding myself accountable for that if I don't get it right away. Really, the only limiting factor is finances, right? That kind of stuff costs a lot of money. I'm a college student. I don't have that kind of money right now. So that's that, really. If y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. I'm going to keep this series going. I'd like to put up a new video every Friday, because that's whenever I actually have my senior project class and I do my progress reports. And then if y'all want an actual, want me to run through a PowerPoint or anything like that to show you some of the stuff that I'm talking about so you can better conceptualize it, leave it down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to provide that, and just move on from there. So I'll be signing out. See y'all next Friday. Have a good week.